Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your time and depending on when you're going to be seeing this video. It's your brother, your boy, courserepscorner. Like I always tell you guys, it's my corner, it's your corner, and it's our corner.
I don't wanna fall in love, I just wanna have some fun, yeah. I don't wanna fall in love.
People say, now, OPM is doing this humanitarian work because he wants to show off. I want people, I went to government technical college. My provision never lasted up to a week. I share it. I lived in Lagos, Omilade Street, number 38. That's what I'm saying. There are people from Lagos that are here. There are people from, can go and make your inquiries. I lived in number 38, Omilade Street, Mafuluku, by 7 and 8 bus stop, opposite Aljawe State. When you are going to the airport, you stop at 7 and 8 bus stop. By the right, you walk down as of Omilade Street, 38. They called me Omoibo. The house I rented, I accommodated 7 strangers. I don't know. They are not related to me in any way. I just saw them helpless. I was not a pastor. Then I normally smoke, drink, and womanize. So you will not say, oh, I'm doing it because I was a pastor. No. It flows naturally, because when I came to Lagos, people I expected to assist, to accommodate me, did not accommodate me. People, I don't want to mention, people I expected to accommodate didn't accommodate me. Who accommodated me was a Yoruba stranger. When I was sleeping under the bridge, a Yoruba Muslim stranger that brought me into his house. We are more than 12 or so in the house, and we're all inside that room. So if you go and ask at number 38 Omilade Street, people I accommodated were Muslim, Christian, different tribes, because different tribe accommodated me, so I have to do likewise. And that is what I did. People that I don't know were living with me. Now, when I went to the when I was selling MTN recharge card at 38, no, is it 68? A chakricha. I can't remember the number again. Where I said recharge card, accommodated. This is something you can verify at Chakricha bus stop by Ibology Close. Ibology Close. Chakricha bus stop. You will see, ask them, say, OPM, where was he staying before? Just ask them where OPM was, where he was selling MTN recharge card. They will show you. That place where I was doing that recharge card, I saw a husband and a wife, pastors. I was not a pastor. I saw a husband and wife with 3 children and a housemaid. They were stranded. I brought them into the shop. I was not a pastor. I brought them into the shop, and they were staying with me inside the shop where I was selling MTN recharge card. I'm going to call the name of the church so that those Greater Love Assembly. I have not mentioned the name of the church before. I'm mentioning now. Greater Love Assembly by Kesiolu. If you go to Kesiolu Street, Atumumbo, go and ask him. Greater Love Assembly. The church is there. I can't remember the number. He was homeless. The landlord threw him, the wife and the children outside. I took him in and put him with the shop inside. So when people say OPM is doing this because he opened a church so that people will think, they bring members. These are live examples. This I did. I don't know how many people. I don't want to go into that. But now, the reason why, when I came in, I brought in people into my house. From there, I bought the first free estate and I accommodated people. I kept people in second estate, third estate, fourth estate. Currently, 18 estates. People are living without paying a kobo for rent. So I don't see a reason why I will be collecting estate I gave to this wonderful family. Then I'll be asking them for the rent. If I really need rent, those 18 estate people are living free without paying a kobo. I will go there and ask them for rent, which I will never do. I repeat, I will never do. If I didn't collect rent from a place where people are living, is it these people that their daughter stood for Christ and died, and I gave to him, and I signed document and handed over to him? Then I will come and ask him, say, where is the rent you collected? How can I do that? God will not forgive me if I try that. God in heaven will not forgive me if I ask them for the rent. I don't need the money. If I need a rent, I won't give it. I won't give them the estate. Or you give them a restaurant, you are collecting. That's why after this press conference, you ask them. I have never asked them, how much will you sell there? Can you give me the money? I don't need the money. I have given them. When I give out, I remove my eye. They're here. You're going to ask them. See, is there any day I ask them the rent you collected? Or you give me some money. The shop I rented for you. How much did you sell today? Can you give me some money? You ask them all that. So I have lived a life of sacrifice. Because I slept under the bridge, that is why I built free estate for people to be staying without paying a rent. When I couldn't finish secondary school, I went to government technical college. But I didn't finish. I didn't finish because there was no money. I will not say because nobody could assist me to finish secondary school, then I will not help people to go to secondary school. I could have said that could have been a strong reason not to help anybody for secondary school, because nobody was ready to assist me to finish my secondary school. I could have said that, but I said, no, I cannot do that. If I couldn't finish secondary school, let me give people opportunity to finish secondary school. When I went to Lagos, I slept under the bridge. From there, I worked as a cleaner because I didn't have any certificate. There was no job that could employ me because there were no credentials. So I worked as a cleaner, I worked as a security guard. So I thought the only way I could make it is to travel abroad. I tried. I know how many, those years they normally sleep in American embassy. I know how many times I've slept in American embassy. I know how many embassies I've been going looking for visa. So when God gave me opportunity, I start sending people. The so-called places I was denied visa, I tried so much. I am now sending people there to those places. Now, let's go to the happy boys. They are my children. Happy boys, they are my children. And when I watched on social media how they were fired, I said, first, I did not send them on scholarship because they were fired. I sent them overseas because I remember when I was doing security guard, I was their age when I was doing security guard. And nobody could help me because I didn't go to school. So I remember that, and I said to myself, these children are doing this security guard because there is nobody to send them to school. They are not supposed to. If you read the message, if you go through the first message I said, these children are not meant to work in security. They are meant to be in school. That was how I gave them that scholarship. So they joined about 80-something people that were traveling to Cyprus. And they traveled. Suddenly, we knew what happened to the economy. Things were really down. Dollar rose to almost 1,000. And it was heavy on me. I have people on scholarship in America, in Canada, in UK, in Cyprus, in Poland, in Turkey. I said, no, I can't. The load is heavy. So I informed all of them, not only the happy boys. I informed everybody. Say, look, there are two options. The first option is this. If you can pause your education and work and generate money, you are free. But if you really want to go to school, because you are given scholarship, by then I've established a relationship with Benin Republic, ESN University. I've said, you can come to ESN University or any university in Nigeria. I know some of you are year 3, some of you are in your final, some of you are year 2. I have discussed with some of these universities. They said, as far as you have your transcript, you can continue in the same class you stopped. The voice note is there. I sent it to all of them. some post, some started working and schooling at the same time. Some were working and schooling, working and schooling. Then, okay, yes, the happy boys, you know, they are useful, exuberant, and they, you know, published the text messages I had with them where I said there's no money. I needed them to come back and continue in Benin Republic. Now, Benin Republic, the school fees, you pay the school fees, pay for accommodation. Then I found out that Benin Republic is not like Europe countries, like America, those schooling in America, in UK, in Cyprus, in Turkey. It's not like that. There is no more job in Benin Republic. So I say, what do I do? Do I handle this now? Most of these people, there's no job. And they may go into, and they are from less privileged homes. Most of them are from less privileged, and their family cannot be able to give them feeding. I have paid their fees. I have paid for the accommodation. But they are feeding. Their parents cannot afford it. What do I do? So I spoke with the school manager. I said, please, can you give me a space? Look for a space. I'm going to pay. I want to establish a restaurant. The school said, it's not possible. There's nobody have ever done it. That even federal government, I'm saying, open a free restaurant in the campus is not possible. I said, well, it's going to be heavy. But I know God will make a way because God have seen the heart. I want to do it. So we're able to pay for a place, and a sister in the church and volunteered. I said she will go to be cooking there. Just let me be getting her ingredients, she'll be cooking. So since last year she started cooking. She has not one day stopped. The only day she doesn't cook is on Wednesday, which is her off day, because she has to take care of herself. But every day she cooks. Today she cooked. Every day she has been cooking, and I've been saying it cost me 600 and something students only in Benin Republic. 620 something students. It costs millions every month to feed these kids. It costs millions. So I told them, look, if you really want to continue your education, come down this way and continue your education. As if education is very, very important, you continue. But if you don't want to go and work, but these are the options. Either you school in Benin Republic or you school in Ghana. Because I've established connection in Ghana. Cameroon, they're supposed to get back to me this week. I'm concluding Cameroon. Mauritius are also established. There are some our students there. So these are African countries, and Nigeria. I've also had understanding with Open University. I personally went there. I saw the coordinator. I spoke with them. They agreed. It's okay, so that they absorb the students and they will school there. So these are the efforts I've made. Not that I abandoned. How can I abandon? Did God abandon me? God did not abandon me. Why will I abandon them? I gave them plan B. If you come out here, see plan B. Even when I send their ticket, I say, upon what happened, I say, I'm still sending the ticket, but your scholarship still continues. I never abandon. I don't abandon. By the grace of God. Now come to this wonderful family. They are very wonderful family. They went through a lot of trauma when their daughter died. And I looked at it, I said, this lovely family. Okay, let me see how I can assist them and rehabilitate them. So I said for them, the young man here, this man, is the man that linked me to them. Abraham. So he was the one communicating because they don't understand English. So he was the one. I said, look, come down to Port Harcourt. When they were coming back down to Port Harcourt, initially was to get them a house, then put their children. But they said in the interview that what really touched my heart, two things. Number one, there was agitation from Christians. It could have resulted to a bloody religious war. Two of us. There were agitation in Sokoto. in Niger State because of the regular killing. But this girl did not do anything. She only said her faith, confessed her faith, and she was openly burnt to death. So they said they will not send any of your children to school again. When they said they will not send their children to school, what motivated? I said, OPM, we started with one free school. We started with free. If these children don't go to school, they will become another Boko Haram tomorrow. So I said, no, I need to stop. And if these families are not moved out of that place, maybe those other people will come and attack, this will attack, and it will result to a major religious war. So I said, no, I need to intervene. So I reached out and I pulled them out. My origin was to put them in school, but they said they're not sending their children to school again. They said it on air. So I said, okay, first let me put them to school. And we have OPM free school. By the grace of God, the first free school, when I wanted to start the first free school, I was discouraged. Everybody say, all churches are opening schools and they are charging school fees. You say you want to open free school. I said, I want to open free school. They say it's not possible. I said, I want to open it. They say it's not possible. So what did I do? I opened a free school in my community. So that in case it fails, only my people in my community will laugh at me. If I didn't want to open it in Port Harcourt, because if I open it in Port Harcourt, if it fails, everybody will laugh at me. So I did the experiment in my village so that the people will laugh at few. So when I opened it, suddenly God started bringing resources. I said, God, is it how you are? As the resources increased, I opened the second school. That was the second free school in Port Harcourt. And I told those people that were discouraging me not to do it. They said, see how God is doing? Then I opened the third free school, opened the fourth free school, opened the fifth free school, opened the sixth. Today we have 25 free schools. We have free school in Jos. We have free school in Nasarawa. We didn't discriminate. Say these places are Muslims. These are northern countries. We open. And our school is for both Muslims and Christians. We don't discriminate. Whether you're a Muslim, you are free to come to the school. If you're a Christian, you're free to come to the school. We don't discriminate. So open Nasarawa, we open in Kanu. There's OPM free school in Kanu, Nasarawa, Jos, in Lagos. We have 2 free schools. One in Naija, one in Sele. So we started opening until we have 25 free schools. And we are opening more. Then when I wanted to open the free hospital, because I have seen the rate of maternal death. Where I was living in 38 Omila District, I have witnessed a woman, because she didn't have money, and then too I don't have money. So she tried to deliver inside the room, and she died. That baby. Ha! I said, poverty, see what poverty did to this person. They couldn't go to hospital. One day, she tried and delivered her and died with the baby. I said, I am going to open a free hospital when God blesses me. So when God blesses, I opened that free hospital. I first, because normally I take counsel. All the people I counsel, they say, don't even try it. It's not possible. There are churches that are very, very richer than OPM. They have hospitals, but the hospital is not free. I say, well, it is the mind. It is not the money. It's my love for humanity. That's why I'm doing it. So I first opened the free hospital in my community. So waiting for something, hoping that it's going to be good. And thank God, my community now gathered and gave me free land. Okay, it was the school owned, they gave me free land, not the hospital. The hospital owner, I bought the land and built the hospital, and it's going on. When I saw it was going on well, I now opened another one in Alo. Now, strange thing about this hospital is this. If you are pregnant, you walk into the hospital, I'm saying this on air, you investigate. You want to deliver. If once you are booked, once you register and they give you a card, now you come for antenatal, the card is free, you don't pay a kobo. The hospital is 24 hours hospital. So the only 24 hours, the only problem we're having is power. A lot of problem, they don't normally have like here. So we run generator. And it costs so much. So I want to use this medium to tell the power, to put power in there, because it's costing. Though the church, the hospital is free, we are running generator. We have condemned first generator. The second generator is about to be condemned because we run it. It's overworking. So that aside. So you come now. When you come, you register for the altar free. When you register, then you come for antenatal free. Scan free. Then if it's time for you to deliver, delivery is free. You don't pay a kobo for delivery. If it's through operation, free. If it's through normal delivery, free. You know that operation, to deliver through operation is 300 and something thousand. But it's free. You don't pay a kobo. We give you the delivery pack for every woman that want to deliver. You get a free delivery pack. Free. If it's through operation, free. Normal delivery, free. Then you still feed you. You are still fed. Free. Then after you deliver, you want to go home, we'll still give you transport to go home. It's never done anywhere. Even the government is not doing it. So that is what we do in the hospital, and that is what it has been running since then. Now, on the estate, because of I was homeless, that is why I started to open free 18 free estate. People are living free of charge without paying a kobo. Now, let's go to this family. Now, let's go back to this wonderful family. When I heard about the death, listen, so that you can know some people that want to twist story. And we have to say the facts. When I got them the estate, when I invited them to Port Harcourt, I went to the airport to pick them. When I picked them from the airport, listen, we went straight to the estate. The estate was empty. There is nobody in the estate. Considering what they have gone through, it will be wickedness to put them alone in the estate. There is no other tenant. So what do I have to do? I have to rent them a house. Then rent out when they begin to collect rent. When other tenants come into the estate, they can now move. So I only paid 1 year. I only paid 1 year. This is the reason I paid 1 year. I could have carried them and put in the estate. The estate was ready. If you watch on the screen, the estate was ready. I have signed it. I've given it to them. But they cannot live there alone. So I needed to put them somewhere so that they can have neighbors. So that is why I rented a place for 1 year. Furnished it, everything. Because I told them, don't come with any load. I told them, don't come with any load. I will get you load. So they didn't come with any load from Niger State. So now, when the 1 year expires, it's for them to move into their estate. Then somebody went and interviewed them and said, OPM said he gave them a house and they are living in a rented house. Now, as I'm talking to you, they are inside their estate. They are living with their fellow tenants. They are together with their fellow tenants. I mean, living with neighbors. Yes, they're tenants. Because those people are tenants. And they are here. You ask them. The money, they have so far collected about 800,000 from rent in that place. They've collected it in their account. They can provide your, if you want the account, they can give you the account details so that you can see how the money was paid by the tenants. You can see how it was paid by the tenant. So I have never collected 1 naira. That was the reason why I rented that place. Number two, the son is here. This is the son, Matthew. He's here. He's going to tell you the reason why the car, after 1 year, started developing was he's here. He's going to tell you. He's going to confirm. He learned how to drive with manual. He learned how to drive. So the son, you ask him, his son uses his own. He told him, Papa, you don't know how to drive this car because he didn't know how to press it. So the son uses his own math. This is what the son confirmed. That he doesn't know how to drive it. That let him drive it. He said, no, he wants to drive it. Because I gave him that car, I want to use to do Uber. Either employ a driver to be doing Uber, or you can do the Uber yourself. But he chose to do it himself. So he couldn't do it. That was where the problem, the car started having issue. But right now, I've already instructed, began to put his daughter is because of he's here. You all of you ask him all the questions because he himself confronted the father. Say, Papa, the way you are driving this thing, you will damage it or you don't know how to drive it. And he said, no, he continued. Now, the restaurant. I opened a restaurant. It's on her name. I bought a generator. I bought fridge, everything. She's here. She said anytime she goes in, because this woman has gone through a lot. I don't know why some bloggers want to disturb this woman, disturb the peace of this woman. This time, she said anytime she enters that place, she remembers her daughter. And the thing affects her. That is why she brought somebody and said, she brought the person to me. I didn't introduce the person to be helping her to sell. And she goes there. I wish the woman is here. But you answer. Answer, how many times does the woman come and do account? Does she come to the shop and the woman make account and give her the sales? She goes there as the owner of the place and the woman will give her money. She will go. Anytime she needs money, she goes there and the woman will make account for her. The woman happens to be a member of Omega Power Ministries. She was the one that brought the woman to my office. Now, they said, the son, I said I will send him to America. He's here. I never said I would send him. I said I'll give him scholarship, overseas scholarship. Benin Republic is overseas. It's outside Nigeria. But, you don't blame him. He was thinking it's America when I mentioned overseas. So, when he saw that it was Benin Republic, he said, no, he doesn't want to go Benin. He wants to go abroad. I said, well, I don't have that money. Even the ones I gave scholarship, I've told them to come back and come and school in Benin Republic or school in Nigeria. So I cannot finance America or Cyprus or Turkey because the resources cannot carry it now. So I concentrate only on Nigeria. We have scholarship students in Uniport, Unitech, Unilag, or Uniyo, different places, which we sponsor. But sending somebody to America or this and now is not possible. If I'm to send anybody to America, is on a condition that once you reach there, you're on your own. I cannot continue to take care of you. Rent in America or rent in Cyprus or rent in Turkey is what you pay for 1 month. Is what you pay for 1 year in Nigeria. I cannot afford that. I cannot be paying rent of this. I cannot. So you condition if I'm sending you overseas, once you're like touch, because I remember how I tried. I wanted to follow Sahara Desert to travel. I've already made a name because I wanted to travel abroad. I wanted to follow Sahara Desert. But somebody showed me a clip of people dying in Sahara Desert. I canceled that one. Then I want to follow a river, Atlantic Ocean, to travel. So, but I remember that I don't know how to swim. I have a swimming pool in my house, but I don't use the swimming pool. I'm afraid of water. I employ somebody to come and teach me how to swim. The guy taught me 2 days. I tell him, go, take your money. I don't want to learn again because I'm so scared of water. The first time I went to Bonny, that was the last time I went to Bonny. I said I would never go to this place. We have a branch there, but I need to go. Until they build road to Bonny, then I'll go. So that was me. I wanted to go this way. I wanted to do that sacrifice. Now, if the restaurant is not moving, she collects money. The husband drives Uber. He collects rent. And so far, under 1 year, he has collected almost 800 and something. So, I don't know how the blogger will say they are suffering. You are not paying house rent. You receive 800,000. If you divide 800 in a month, how much is it? The children, all these ones are in OPM free school. Because we have 25 free schools. All of them, they are not paying school fees. The uniform are free. We have 4 different uniforms for each student. 4 different uniforms. School bag, sandals, this free. Regularly I call them. How are you doing? I give them rice. I give them provision. So that's I drive on my own. I go there, give them things, show them love. So how did I abandon this beautiful family. The son, this is the son. He lives with me in my house. He's living with me. He goes to school from my house. This is the son. Why these other younger ones, they live with their parents. This one is married to this beautiful lady. I also got my house furnished. He's living in one of the opium-free estates. Furnished with television, everything. So now, why is the abandonment? Is what I don't really understand. Then I saw a clip on about Mr. Spell. For goodness sake, if you marry for somebody, last time I did a wedding for, I sponsored 140 people on wedding. I sponsored them, paid their bride price, bought wedding suit, bought suit, did reception for them. Then after marrying for them, then when I'll go to the house to help them pregnant their wife. No, that is it now. I'll help them to. You marry for somebody, it is the person to pregnant his wife, not you. Now, I open restaurant for Mr. Spell because he's always hanging on the street. As I'm talking, Mr. Spell and the mother, they still live in the opium-free estate, furnished with television, with fridge, with everything. As I'm talking to you, they are living in opium-free estate. Then I open the restaurant for them. So every time Mr. Spell will go there, he will remove his shirt. People will come to the restaurant and they say, this man with bare body, they will not want to eat. So I told the mother, only the mother should be staying there and let Mr. Spell not be going there. So it also causes nuisance. And suddenly he starts moving up and down and begging for food. The mother is still in charge of her restaurant. I have never collected money from what they are selling or what they say. So if I open business for you and you cannot manage the business, how is that my fault? I cannot marry for you and help you to pregnant your wife. I cannot open business for you and help you to run the business. I don't run your business. I open there for you to run your business. I sent you abroad for you to hustle. There are so many people I sent abroad. They have built houses. They've bought cars. The other one just gave me 2 cars. One from Dubai. Sent 2 cars. Beautiful cars. This Capri, what's that name? That most expensive car. It's somebody I sent to Dubai. And so many of them. The other one I sent to South Africa. He bought a house in Igrita. Then, in South Africa, he built 2 duplexes and rented it out. What I can give you his number, you call him. I sent him to South Africa. And today he's doing well. Doing extremely well. So for somebody to build 2 upstairs and put tenants in a foreign land is not easy. So, but I cannot send you abroad and come and help you to achieve. I cannot send you abroad and help you to get a job. It is left for you to hustle yourself. When somebody don't cross you, you hustle. Hustle. I did many a job. If I can do cleaner, why can't you do cleaner? If I can do my guard, gatekeeper, why can't you do gatekeeper? God has called me. Yes, God has given me a gift, a special gift of healing, a special gift of performing miracle signs and wonders. So a lot of VIPs that God have used me to touch, when they come, they sow. Look at the case of Ifanyoba. This is somebody that was to go for open heart surgery. You can go. He's a prominent person. He can be watching this now. He was to go for open heart surgery. He has gone everywhere. Everywhere he go, all the whole pastors he went to, they said, no, you must go open heart surgery. He came. It was just ordinary water I used. And I just prayed for him. I said, go back to test. He went back to test. The heart was good. He came and donated 120 million to the church. He gave that Brabus bulletproof jeep. He donated 4 trailers to the church. What did I do with the money? That money did not last up to 2 weeks. As that money came in, I used it for humanitarian work. Because money is vanity upon vanity. What will I use the money to do? As the 120 million entered, it didn't last up to 2 weeks. I put it into humanitarian work. Because my happiness, what gives me joy is making people smile, making people happy, making people rejoice. But there are people that are not happy that, let me tell you the truth. Those fighting OPM are those that are not happy that many lives are being transformed. So they now begin to fight OPM. But I have good news for them. The more you fight OPM, the more I touch life. Because that is what gives me joy. I want to put smiles in people's faces. Go to my community. The only secondary school, I'm calling the name so you can verify. You're a journalist, you can verify. The only secondary school in Ohanko was almost closed down because the building collapsed. WAEC threatened to withdraw this, and the student reduced to 4 students. I'm calling out Ikwore Secondary School in Ohanko, Okwa East. It's a government school. Students stop going to school because they cannot pay school fees. As I'm talking to you now, I have been paying school fees for how many years? For all the students in the school. I have to tell the chief to not thank cry. Anybody, the students were only 4. I said, now thank cry. Anybody want to go to school, come to school. And suddenly, crowd gathered. The school jumped from 4 to 400. And I'm the one paying the school fees of everybody. Teachers were overwhelmed because they could not meet up. Have to employ 7 teachers that are teaching in that school. 7 teachers. They have government teachers. Now there are 2 teachers in this school. There is government teachers and there are OPM teachers, which we are paying salary every month. They are teaching in a government school. This is what God has called me to do. Please, let me breathe. Thank you very much.
Hello. Gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen, you just heard from the General Overseer, Omega Power Ministry, Apostle Dr. CHIBUZOR Chinyere. The floor is now open for you to ask any questions, any relevant questions to issues that are in doubt, to rumors, fake rumors that are flying all over the social media. We want you to clear that doubt now. In our presence, we have the father and the mother of the late DEBORAH. We have their siblings here. In case they cannot speak fluently, we have somebody that can interpret the language to anybody to understand, so that you will know what to report and to correct that impression. So, if you have any question to ask, you will signify by a raise of hand and a microphone will be given to you. You introduce yourself, the media house you cover, and then ask your question. Excuse me, that girl.
Respectfully, sir, my name is Dennis Nako. I work with Punch newspaper. Thank you for your detailed explanation. I just want to ask this question because I also saw a video of the Happy Boys when they made some certain comments, and then I saw your online too, a video of you where you laid a course. Yes, I saw a video of you where you laid a course on the boys, the Happy Boys, that they will suffer and all of that. I just want to clarify if that video was actually from you, and if you have rescinded or withdrawn that course. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Number 1, I have forgiven them. They are my children. Children offend parents. And And sometimes the parents, nobody will tell me that your father have not used negative words against you before. Sometimes, once a while. So you cannot say that. One, I'm not denying the fact that I did not issue those courses. It was earlier this year. If you go to their Facebook, if you go to their page, you will observe that they said when they posted that voice note, you can check there. They said this course was made before. Wait, let me see. Let me see. So you can see. So it was not after they posted what they posted. It was not now. It was early this year that. Wait. Okay. Just give me a few minutes. Fat. Really? Okay. Sorry. Maybe it's gone. Okay. Okay. I think they deleted it. No, they deleted the course. If you know where the course is, you will see they wrote down and said this course was placed before they complained. That it was around January. If you have access to them, you can ask them. So it's not like when they posted it, I got angry and I placed the curse on them. No, it was done early. The first time they did this issue started. That was when I should have. And I'm not like saying that the curse is right. But if you go to the Bible, if you go to 2 Kings chapter 2, verse 23, you can find out when 2 Kings chapter 2 says. From there, Elisha went to Bethel, and as he was walking up the road, a group of young boys from the city jailed him. Bareheaded man, go bareheaded man. 24, it says, then he turned around, looked at them, and called a curse on them in the name of the Lord. Suddenly, 2 female bears came out of the wood and mauled 42 children. 42 boys. When they were cursing him, they were making jail of him, and he turned and placed a curse on them, and instantly a bear came and ate them up. Then that is, he will say, okay, Old Testament. What if we come to New Testament? If you go to Acts of the Apostle chapter 13, verse 9 to 11, he says, then Saul, who was also called Paul, filled with the Holy Spirit, not filled with an evil spirit. Acts of the Apostle 13, 9 to 11. Then Saul, who was also called Paul, filled with the Holy Spirit, looked straight to Elymas and said, you a child of the devil, an enemy of everything that is right, you full of all kinds of deceit and trickery, will you never stop perverting the right ways of the Lord? Now the hand of the Lord, not the hand of Satan, the hand of the Lord is upon me. The hand of the Lord is against you. You are going to be blind for a season, not able to see the light of the sun. He caused them, and immediately a mist of darkness came upon them. You see, this when when Paul was trying to preach the gospel to a ruler, Elymas. Then this Elymas, this Satan agent of darkness, tried to disrupt the preaching, and Paul in the New Testament placed a curse on a curse of blindness, and instantly the man became blind. So placing a curse is not a sin. This is Apostle Paul and this is Elijah. It's not a sin. Even Reuben, when Reuben went and messed up with the father's son, and with the father's wife or concubine, and Jacob said, Reuben, you are my firstborn, the beginning of my mind, the excellence of dignity, excellence of power, unstable water, you shall not excel. It's his own son, no? He said, you will not excel because of what you did. This is his own father cursing the first son. So cursing, placing a curse is not a sin. It may be done out of anger. And I've forgiven them because they're my children. I've forgiven them. But when someone say, oh, it is a sin, sorry. It's there in the Bible. It's not a sin. Thank you.
All right. Yeah, the next person has to come up. You mention your name and the media house you covered. You're not from media house. No. Hold on first. Okay.
Please, everyone is free to ask any question. Please. Somebody, don't forget. Let me open for them.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. I remain NFR George Will. I'm from the Human Rights and Civil Society community. For those who know me, I just need like 3 minutes. And for those who know me, I'm very critical of pastors. And but 2 key events, made me meet Pastor Chinyere. And one of it is the popular Ikoku case, where he helped the wife of the late Chimekunadu. And of course, those of you who know me know that some of us led that campaign. Another one was the case of we are campaigning for these NBA victims. And one of them went and climbed the mast at Nitel. And equally helped the young man, and helped him and all that. So, this is much I know about it, but I've been very critical. But somehow when all of this happened, some of us equally to begin to ask questions. So when his ambulance told me there's a meeting like this, I said, let me come so I can ask questions. Man of God, I've already said here 2 good things we have done that I know of. But again, as part of our job, we have to ask critical questions. 1, beyond these issues that are flying, have you abandoned other people? Because the idea is you abandon people. These are rumors, these could be lies and all that. So explain, beyond these ones that are popular, have you abandoned anybody? That is 1. 2.
I would like to ask one of
No,
if you combine,
they are short, so you can just take them.
okay.
2 is that you said you equally run a free hospital. We live in a society where most of our hospitals are bad. What I mean bad, I mean terribly bad. Therefore, there will be influx of persons coming to the free OPM hospital. How do you accommodate which number of persons for a free hospital in a society where there is near no hospital, with due respect, or even where they exist, they are so expensive. So how do you accommodate the number? I can even give a lead. Are you saying that you take a particular number, once it gets to that point, you end it? Is that how you accommodate it? Because I really wonder how you will be able to manage that. Then 3rd, which is the final? Is it possible that why you don't owe anybody explanation for helping people anyways? But can you equally do periodic, where the media and some persons of conscience like human rights and civil society persons, once in a while, we can do a tour of some of these activities that are going on. So that in order to avoid unnecessary rumors and media smearing, so these things can help. Maybe once in a while, maybe every 6 months, you can help do, maybe campaign around these persons to kind of follow up, so it could help to quell tension. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Now, let me start with how we met. It was when they were pursuing the Ikoku 4 that died. Will I say fortunately or unfortunately? I don't know which one to use. One of the Ikoku 4. Okay, 2 of the Ikoku. One of the Ikoku 4 happens. The one that died, Chima, the one that died, happens to be a member of OPM. And what about OPM? We don't abandon. So when I heard about it, I have to come in and say, okay, these people already, the woman is pregnant, and the house rent where Chima was staying has expired. So what did I do? I now got her an estate where she is currently living. with tenant and collecting rent. So you are free to go there and go and find out, have I ever come to her to come and answer for money for rent? Then I also opened shop. So I believe when I do this thing, I've already settled you. Sorry, somebody's at my gate. Come, tell them to open gate, please. Sorry. Open gate, let them come in. So, sorry for that. So, if I open shop for you and I give you an estate where you are collecting rent, I don't know the monitoring again. Please, Oga, human rights. Do I need to come and know how you are selling in the shop? Or whether customers, I stock the shop, I gave you an estate. You don't need to pay rent again. Then the tenant, you are collecting rent from tenant. I don't know what other abandonment. If, like now, I've not spoken to them for how many years? I've settled you. Do I need to come and know how your market is doing or how your tenants are paying rent? I don't know the side of the abandonment. Like the other person, the one that climbed Max. He climbed Max because things were difficult. Poverty was so much. He wanted to commit suicide. What did I do? I asked for him to come and I gave him some money for the wife business and I gave him a free house and I put the children in school. So the issue, because he said the reason why he wanted to commit suicide was he can't pay his children's school fees. Now, I put all the children in OPM free school. So he's no longer committing suicide. Now, he even bought land. He came and dedicated in the church. So I want to know the side of abandonment. If you open a shop for somebody and you give somebody an estate, do I have to come and run the estate? Or do I have to come and run the restaurant? I don't know the side of abandonment is that. The side of abandonment. Because I believe that when I give you something to do, you are meant to generate money from them. I don't need to come into it again. So the side of abandonment is not there. Then number two, what was this again? Okay, the hospital, yes. When we opened it, there was an explosion. Everybody was coming. So we said no. Like the free school, when we started the free school, what we do is this. We'll take an exam. After the exam, that's how the OPM free school operates. We take an exam, everybody pass. Then, when you pass, we'll carry your address. Then we'll go to your houses to go and find out whether you are less privileged. Because there are some prominent people in my church that say, please, I want to, because of the standard of this school, I want to put my child here. I say, no, you're a big man. You have money to send your child to America. But he said, but I'm paying my tithe here. I said, it doesn't matter. If you want to carry your tithe and go, carry your tithe and go. This school is for less privilege. So the same thing with the hospital is for less privilege. So when you come and register, number one, 2 criteria. Number one, the pregnancy must be below 4 months so that we can follow it up. It must not be more than 4 months. That's number one. Number 2, you must be a less privilege. So they will carry your name. When you register, you put your name. If you live in number 10, we'll go to number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7 to inquire whether this person living in this house, whether it's a less privilege. So many places, you see what kind of big, wealthy. I said this was a big man just buy motor yesterday. And that is it, disqualified. So it's strictly, everything we do is for less privilege. Everything we do. The free school is for less privilege. The free hospital is for less privilege. Because it's not for everybody. The rich have money to do anything they want. But the poor don't have money to do it. Thank you.
We need more. The regulator to allow people. I think that one is discretionary. We can handle that. Yeah, for them to visit all our facilities.
Okay, yes, regulator. Please, whenever you want to come, you just inform him. Is the PRO. You go there, go to the hospital. I love carrying people to the hospital. I enjoy it. You see the equipment, the modern equipment we use there. It makes me feel happy. So whenever you want to come and do that, we are free.
Yeah, the next person. You mentioned your name and the media house you cover.
Okay, thank you, sir. My name is Ken Asenobi. I write for National Network newspaper. Okay, in the course of your speech, you alluded to the fact that these are the handiwork of enemies. Obviously, I want to know, these enemies you think, could they be your fellow pastors, or could they be fellow philanthropists who are not comfortable with your rising profile? Thank you, sir.
It can be anybody. A lot of people are not happy with, touching of life. Like I've received so many messages saying, why not just concentrate on Nigeria? Why sending people abroad? If we big men send our picking abroad, you two go, you're going to send this less people abroad. Jesus, I couldn't believe hearing it from such a person. I say, so you don't want the pot to rise? Why are you talking like this? He said, yes. I send my children abroad to go to school. Now you are sending less privilege. You make it so common. It looks common. Well, I said, I'm doing what God have directed me to do. If that will make you not to pay your tithe in OPM again, you can stop. But my cause, because I have suffered poverty, I've been intimidated by the rich. I have suffered. What I mean, suffered. That is why I am so passionate about the less privileged. I have built church for a pastor. I don't know him before. The church is Aruboko. I didn't know the pastor. I was going to go and buy something at education, and I saw him preaching. He was just preaching, and he didn't look so good. And I drove and passed. I had him. I was preaching just in the hot afternoon. So I went, bought the thing I was buying. So as I finished buying, people started gathering me, and I was praying for them. So he too came and said, "I'm a man of God. Please pray for me." So as I lay hand on him, I said, "Wait. Enter my car." My security tried to stop me. I said, "No, leave him. Enter my car." He joined my convoy. We came back home. I said, "Come. Where is your church?" He said, "No, I don't have a church. I just do evangelism in bus. People give me something." I said, "Come. Today. Do you want to really start church?" He said, "Yes, I want to start church, but I've been believing God." I said, "Yes, you are believing God, but God works through human being." Instantly, I took him to Rukboko. I gave him a land, built a church. After building that, he didn't stop there. I now called the head of evangelism, Mrs. Ezine, answer. I said, "Please, mobilize your evangelism team. Go and do a program, 3 days program. Don't wear the apron, OPM apron, because if you wear OPM apron, they will see OPM there. Remove the apron and do evangelism for him to gather members in his church. After the 3 days go by, you come back." The man came and did Thanksgiving in OPM. I don't know him before. I just saw him on the street. Because I was once like him. And anytime I see people suffering, it goes into my skin and pinches me. Because I didn't do this because I didn't reach where I am today because I'm very intelligent. No. I'm not where I am today because I know how to speak English. No. It is grace and the mercy and the anointing of God. That is why I'm here. I don't merit. I don't even know how to fast. My highest fasting is 1 day. I don't fast like this one. They do 30 days fasting, 40 days. I don't know how to do it. The grace is there. Even though I'm sleeping and I speak the word, God does it. So when I see people suffering, it pains my skin because I was once like them. I have suffered like them. And that is why all OPM program is towards the poor. All the people I'm helping is towards the poor. I don't help the rich. I pray for the rich and they become richer. Then I pray for the poor and assist the poor. The prayer with the assistance will help them to lift up.
Thank you very much, Daddy. The next person, I'm sure Deborah's parents are here, and that is the major area of interest. So we want you to direct your question to those news you found in the social media. Your name and your media house.
Thank you, sir. Apostle, I greet you, sir. Honestly, your story is really, really very pathetic. My name is Rosemary Misiam. I work for the Nation newspaper. So, what I've been thinking about, yes, you have done your part. You have given these people means of livelihood. Of course, when you rent a house for a person, or you give somebody an estate, or build a house, I don't know what else you're supposed to do. But I've been thinking, what is the relationship of your church department that is in charge of welfare, and do they have any connection to the estates and the gifts you give to these people? Is there any way do you think there's any way they are interfering with these gifts? Maybe going behind to, they might use your name to say, Pastor said. You may not know. And these people may not be bold to tell you that, look, this is what is happening. Are you in any way been able to verify or do underground investigation to know what happens behind you, sir?
Thank you. That's a beautiful question. Formerly, I was interfacing with the people directly. When somebody will come with school fees, somebody will say, 400 and something thousand naira for school fees. I will approve. 300,000 for school fees. Then one day, in the same school, somebody, I think, was it Unical also? Somebody brought a list of 400 and something as school fees. Why in the same school, somebody brought 100 and something thousand naira? I said, no, something is wrong. Because I didn't go to university, so I don't know the process. When you just give me the bill, I release. So 400 to 100 and something is wrong. I started praying, so God, please, I need somebody to help me in this. Somebody that is a graduate, somebody that has known the process in university. And God brought that woman. I'm telling you, her name is Maureen Chuku. She's a wonderful welfare woman. She's the one interfacing with them. If they come, even she personally goes to pay the school fees. We no longer give students money to go and pay school fees. She goes with our welfare team, wonderful welfare. They go straight and pay the school fees directly to the school. Because we found out that some people have been giving money to go and pay school fees. They don't even pay the school fees. They used to do that thing. So she now pays directly. So God sent her. She has been doing a lot. Then also on the estates. Now, you are living in a free house. You are not paying rent. Okay, why not keep the place clean? You don't want to keep the place clean. So it is the job of welfare to say, make sure to put a roster that each person living in the estate, they must sweep and keep the place tidy. I cannot come there. Some of the estate self, if you tell me to go there, I don't even know where they are. I just know they are somewhere here. So she goes with her welfare team. So sweep here, clean here, and do that. Then also the light bill. I cannot give you a free house and also pay light bill for you. Some people want to pay light bill, some will not want to pay light bill. They will just live there free. So it is a job to make sure if you cannot pay light bill, you cannot prevent others from having light. So if you cannot pay light bill, you move out from the free estate. So they are doing their job. So yes, there is an interface between the church and the welfare, and they are doing extremely well. If not them, the problem could have overwhelmed me. But they came and they made things easy for me. And now the thing is going smoothly. Thank you.
Okay, Ogboka, come first.
Okay, my name is Ogboka Omeda. I report for River State Television. Okay, my question goes to the Deborah's parent. Oga, well done. Okay, can you confirm to us if you are actually staying in the estate that OPM donated to you? Confirm to us.
We want the interpreter at this point to explain to them what there is.
You go there and that is English.
No. Can you speak? The question directed to them, you might use the native English so that they can pick you up.
Yazunga tambiyan su shine yazunga ainihin estate ne wanda aka baka wanda papa ya baka shine kike cikin yazunga. Say he is inside the estate that papa gave.
That this is estate. It there inside for the estate. That estate for daddy to give me. It there inside for house. Ina cikin gidan da daddy ya bani. Yazo haka.
Okay, essentially, okay. Madam, come.
Okay, thank you very much. My name is Monica Ogwa. I work for Silverbird Television and Redeem FM. My question also goes to Madam. Before this press briefing, what really caused it is the stories we read online, carried by bloggers and some online newspapers, where they confirmed that she granted the interview, telling people that she's not comfortable here, is not what she thought she's seeing here. We would like her to, maybe through her interpreter, tell us, did she really grant that interview? Did she really tell people that she's not comfortable and she's not seeing what she expected before coming to Rivers State? We would like her to tell us that.
Mama, yazunga tambaya din wanda yake waje gari ki ne. Yanda mata din nan tace wai ke ne kika sa wanda suka zo suka yi interview din nan, ke ne kuka ce masu wai su zo. Yazunga me suke tambayan ki shine yazunga wai kin ce masu wai bakin jin daɗin tsayawa ɗin ki a Port Harcourt, kuma abu wanda papa ya ce wai zai yi maki, kuma abu wanda kika tabbata wai zaki gan a garin gaba shi bane kika gani, wai gaskiya ne haka nan ne?
Dadi ya yi min komai firin, ban ga abin da dadi ya yi min wanda ya bata rayuwa na ba. Dadi bai kaunar rayuwa na ya bace. Ko wanda ni ce zan batun koma gida don ziyaran da ni ce ba a yi min ziyara, ni ce akwai Christian kuwa ba wai wani abu ba. Dadi bai yi min komai ba, dadi ma bai kaunar raina ya bace. Ko ba gaskiya ba tsakanina kuma da Allah. Don ko wani abu ne duyar bata min rai, da zaran ayi ma dadi magana na je wurin dadi sai kaga dadi ya damu, ko ya cire kudi ya bani, ba komin da zan abun ga ko mai mishi magana ba, dadi ya cire kudi ya bani. Dadi ya ce shi dai bai kaunan ya ga raina a bace kowane lokaci.
Okay, what she's saying is this. She said all those things that those bloggers said, she didn't say that. And then she said since she has been in Port Harcourt, that there is no day that daddy has ever allowed her to go through pain or go through anything. That even though she's going through pain or feeling anything, immediately she talks to daddy that everything is over. That since she came to Port Harcourt, everything that daddy said, daddy did all of them for her. So she's surprised to find out that an interview that she granted, what the people were saying was different from what she told them. That the only thing that she was able to see that was bad was that she was surprised to think that the Christians within the state, she was thinking they were like the same people she have in the north. And in the sense that maybe you are not feeling fine, maybe something is disturbing you, maybe you see the church, maybe a group of people from the church coming to greet you, because that is the way they do it in the north, that she doesn't see it here. Everybody is just like minding their own business. Apart from him, nobody cares to check up on you, nobody cares to know how you are doing. So that is what she's saying.
That is the area we need questions to be direct to, so that proper information can be put straight. Let me take from him first.
Good afternoon. Good evening, everyone. My name is Israel Osolo. I write for legit.ng. The issue of this family have been a touching issue for the whole nation, and one can understand why everybody was shocked when it was reported that they are suffering 1 year after they were relocated to Port Harcourt. So I will just direct one question to them and to you, sir. First, to you, I will just say what some Nigerians are saying on social media. They are saying that maybe you're biting too much that you can chew. Some are saying that you lift people and then you abandon them. That's what we are seeing on social media. Like the issue of the happy boys, that you take them from where they were walking, where they were dancing, and they were supposed to be punished, and then you took them and then sent them abroad and abandoned them. So I just want your reaction. Is it true that you're biting more than you can chew? Do you think you can handle everybody? Can you help everybody? That's what people are asking. Then to the family, I want to know the way forward. From what we read from the interview, they said they were suffering. I read that. And the FIJ is quite a reliable media house. So, is it true that you're suffering? Are you saying, Nigerians are asking, what we see on social media, they're asking, are you saying that someone that brought you from your state and then resettled you in Port Harcourt, are you saying that he has not done enough? So that's the question. Thank you.
Thank you very much. When you say, I'm trying to really address this. If when I was poor and somebody just give me a bacha to sell restaurant, you set me up. So I don't see where the abandonment of these families are. I give them an estate, which you confirm. If they have, please, I want them to confirm. Please, I want to ask, how much have they collected for this 1 year from as rent from that place? Can you just ask them? Wait, I'm getting somewhere. Ask them, how much have they collected that they collected themselves? That the cash, how much have they collected?
Wai kudin gida din na wanda aka biya ku na kudin gida din nawa ne aka biya ku mutanen gida din shekara wanda ya wuce wanda aka biya kudin gida kudin din ba ku bane aka ba wai nawa ne aka ba ku wanda aka ba ku cikin account din ku
kudin ba mu 840,000
840,000 was what they receive as house rent.
Okay, thank you. Let's do some mathematics now. If you divide 840,000 in a year, so a month is how much? About 70,000. Somebody that is earning 70,000, is he suffering? So you just you are not paying rent. You are not paying school fees. You are getting 70,000. You got 70,000 in a year. And you have a shop where you didn't put any money. So I want to know, how is the person suffering? Unless the person interviewing that person manipulated the person to say that he's suffering. Because for him to say he's suffering, I believe maybe before the interview, they have manipulated. Because if I get 800,000, I remember when I was in Lagos, I was working as a cleaner, they were paying me 5,000 naira. So if I get 800,000 in a year, I am not paying house rent, I am not paying light bill, I am not paying school fees. It's just for feeding, plus other food stuff I brought. If you say I am suffering, then somebody manipulated me to say so. I didn't say it on my own. Now we're not talking about the restaurant. There is a restaurant. There is a restaurant which is working and it's on the road. It's not like if you are going towards Alo, towards Uniport, it's on the major road, not on a street, not in a close, in a major road. You have a restaurant there. Excuse me. How are you suffering? A functioning restaurant, furnished with television, unless somebody manipulated me to say those things. Somebody manipulated me to say those things. Then you have a car that you're running taxi. You're not paying hospital bill. There's OPM free hospital. There's OPM free hospital. They have a car there. And by the grace of God, God makes a way. When you say biting more than what I can chew, you start with 1 free school, 2 free school, 3 free school, 4 free school. I think 2 weeks ago, we sent about 40 students to Benin Republic. So, I don't think the issue of abandonment is there. Like what the human rights man said, how we knew is about the Chema, Ikokufo. The woman, I gave her an estate, opened a shop in the front of the estate. I have set her up and placed the child that she gave. I said that child is on scholarship to university level. What again? Do I need to come and operate the restaurant? I don't need to come and operate the restaurant. I've established you. Give somebody just one room. You have set up the person. I'm talking about an estate. Is it 15 or 14? 14 self-contains. You will not meant to suffer again. Each rent is 100,000. I think he just. They told me he has increased the rent to 130 to them. They were paying 100. Abi, you don't increase them now. Wait, come and talk. The tenants were paying 100,000. He just increased it. The tenant told me.
Baba yace ka karo kudin gida yanzu ga ko? We ya ji we ka karo kudin gida. Okay.
What did he talk?
He said he wanted to increase the money, but they begged him in the compound that he should reduce it, so he didn't increase it anymore.
It is his property. He is free to increase it. Listen, now your own, not be my own. If you want 200,000, you can do it. Tell him, say it is his property. If he wants to increase it to 200,000, it's free. Anything.
Baba ya ce wai estate din nan naka ne ba nashi bane. In ka ga dama wai zaka ƙara kuɗi naka ne shi zai sa baki ba wai naka ne. Kana ji ko?
It's your own. It's not my property.
I think who wants to speak? You okay? Ibibo.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
My name is John Bibo. I work for the Tide newspaper. Sir, so far I want to thank you for what you have been doing to the society. If other churches are doing like this, things will move at least in a better direction. But what I see here is sustaining these programs. Because, for instance, people you have sent abroad, they have a hope that they are abroad, especially out of Africa, and suddenly you ask them to come back. At least they will begin to feel somehow. So I want to know how do you sustain this program? Because church is not a company. Church is not a generating where you generate revenue. Church, you only get something from the tithe and offering. And the fortunes of most people are going down. How do you sustain these programs? Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. If we've been able to sustain it for 10 years, we'll continue to sustain it. But I need to put, I want to put a point. I want to make a point. Excuse me. I wanted to say praise the Lord. I didn't remember. Okay. I want to make a point. Now, do you know that a lawyer, if a lawyer comes here now, a lawyer can manipulate this man to say what he doesn't want to say. A lawyer. This man wants to say yes. A lawyer, experienced lawyer, can manipulate this man to say no. This was what was done to these innocent people. They were taken advantage of and made them to say what they are not supposed to say. You are a journalist. You are free to come and see them in the estate. That's why I call this press conference, to know whether the estate was given to them. He took advantage because he knows that these people, they are vulnerable. They are just going through grief. It's wickedness to manipulate somebody to say the things he doesn't want to say because you want to be popular, you want to make name, you want people to know. It's wrong. Let me tell you, whatever a man soweth, he shall reap. God in heaven is watching. Because whatever you do, let your conscience speak to you. If you can manipulate these people to for them to say they are suffering. Somebody that was given an estate. Please, I want us to be, let's face fact. Somebody that was given an estate, and now you, because you are you know how to do your words, you now make the person to say things he didn't want to say he's suffering, in order just to gain popularity, to make your blog to go. God is watching. God in heaven is watching. Whatever you do, think of God. Don't think of popularity. Somebody giving an estate. You blogger, do you have an estate? Do you have an estate? Are you suffering? You don't have an estate, you're not suffering. But these people were given an estate of 14 self-contained. Each one is 100,000. You don't have an estate. And you're saying, oh, the car is an old car. Do you have a car? Why do you do this? Why do you want to spoil the good work? Why do you want to discourage me from doing good? This can discourage me. These acts you are doing can discourage me from doing good. Why do you manipulate these innocent people? Their children are in school, in a free school. You want me to get angry, then stop helping people, close down the free school, these children will be stranded? See, let me tell you, I owe these people nothing. And I owe nobody nothing. I only owe God. I can decide, say, oh, I'm not, when they come, I'm not giving an estate. What will happen? Nobody will call police for me. But it is on my goodwill. Why are you trying to spoil my name on my goodwill? I did this out of, for the name of God to be glorified. I helped save this nation from a religious crisis. You are supposed to be happy because you don't know whether you will be a victim of the religious crisis. You are supposed to be giving God glory. Muslims give God glory. Christians, when they see me at the airport, they say, Muslims say, oh, thank God for what you did. Thank God. Everybody where you go, thank God. And you are there. You are trying to rubbish this thing so that they will feel bad. So that some people will say, why don't you talk about the people that killed the daughter? Why not? You are a journalist. You are a blogger. Pursue the blog. Where are the people that killed the parents of this? Their daughter. Why not carry that story from there? Where are they now? Are they in prison or are they outside? The people that murdered their child, murdered Deborah in cold blood. You are a blogger. Pursue that story. Where are they? Are they in prison? Who are they? Where is their family? Instead, you are pursuing something that you are trying to bring up wound, something that have changed their life. Is it easy to give estate? Tell me who has given estate in Nigeria. Call one person. I have given so many estates. Not one. You are here when the human rights said, Chima, wife, I gave estate. And this is not the first time I'm giving estate. How many widows have I built houses for? It's on record. So many widows have built houses for. In Ohanko, Okwa East, go and investigate. And you are there trying to discourage me from helping the less privileged. You are discouraging me. All these things, if you know how I felt, there was somebody I was supposed to help that very day. The day I saw this, I refused to help that person. And now I'm looking for the person. I can't even find the person again. Because I was so angry. I said, is it now a crime to help? I could have that money. Let me tell you, that estate, I wouldn't have given to them. I could have rented it and be making money. Nobody will call police for me. Nobody will do anything. I could have rented it. That restaurant, I could have been operating it and put staff there and be generating money. But I didn't do that. That vehicle they are using, I could have put it on taxi for somebody to be doing Uber for me and be generating money. I didn't do that. I saved a religious crisis in Nigeria. Instead of to go and investigate the origin of the cause, you are trying to rubbish a good name. Don't allow the anger of God to fall on you. I will never stop helping these people. God have used me to transform. It is not easy. If you can name one person that I've given out estate free of charge, if you can name one person, I have not given one, I have not given two, I have not given three, I have not given four, I've given out because I had nothing. God picked me for nothing. And when I'm going to die, I will die with nothing. I came into this world as a dust. And I'm going back as a dust. Everything I have, I don't. This clothes is borrowed. This shoe is borrowed. We live a borrowed air. This air is borrowed. We live a borrowed life. God owns everything we have. God can decide that today I'm taking back what I gave to you. Will you be alive? So that is who I see life. I see life as everything we have, we don't own it. It's owned by God. And when you try to give her that, or you don't want to eat alone, you don't want to take it, then you're trying to discourage me. Try to discourage me. Do you know how many things that came to my head? Especially when the Happy Boys thing happened. Do you know a lot of things that came to my head? I regretted sending them overseas. I regret so many things. I said, is it now bad? I know how many millions I spent on each of them to travel. The visas, ticket, everything. I regretted. Ticket alone was 2 million. Ticket alone. You know, they for school fees. I regretted. When all this has happened, you feed 25 free schools. How many individuals or churches operate 24 free schools in Nigeria? How many is running free hospital? How many people have free restaurant in a university? Why? Why are you trying to discourage me? Why? If I decide to close down the free hospital, close down the free school, close down everything, nobody will arrest me because I owe nobody anything. I don't owe anybody to run free school. I don't owe anybody to run free hospital. I don't owe anybody to put the children in school. I can decide to close down the free school and tell the children to come back home, and they go back home. But I am not doing it because of them. I'm doing it because of God. I'm doing it solely because of God. Why all this missile? From Happy Boys, you run to DEBORAH. Tomorrow again, you go to Mr. Spec. You go to this one, go to this one. What do you want to gain? Popularity? You want to gain popularity to destroy many lives? Do you know how many things that went through my head? I could have stopped all scholarship. Because if I stop it, highest, you talk on social media, nobody will stop, nobody will come and carry a gun and say, continue. You can't, it's my money, it's my pocket. You can't shoot me to continue. I can decide to stop it today. I can decide to stop the free hospital. Nobody will carry a gun and put on my head. I can decide to stop the free school 24. But all those children attending those free schools, how would their life be? These are children that have spent so many years at home without going to school. And suddenly, you stop the school now. And you are there trying to discourage me. Trying to discourage me. Do you think God will let you go if you now discourage me and I stop these things? God will not be happy with you. God will not be happy with you. Stop this thing you are doing.
Thank you very much, Daddy. I think, Madam, we want to take the very last question because it's a press conference and it's not for indefinite. Are you done? It's all right, Daddy. I think it's a question has been overtaken by events. Daddy, of a truth, there are several media houses here, the print, the electronic, both national, zonal, and local papers. They're all, even international, they are all represented here. Daddy, we want to thank you once again for sparing this time to clear the air. For quite some time now, the social media has been taken over by this issue of DEBORAH's parents and the Happy Boys. The Happy Boys. And I know vividly when these boys came, I was with you. And I said, Daddy, these people are not overseas material. You said I shouldn't worry, that they should go. We observe certain things in them, but you overlook it. You are under the Spirit. So any advice we intend giving you to prevent you from most of this load does not go through. And we see the grace upon you, that this grace has been sustaining you. You know, when we feel that you are down, is when we see you going more, doing more, going further and further. We want to thank God for your life. We want to thank you, the press, the journalists that have spared time to listen to our daddy address and presentation. The human rights activists, we want to thank you so much. Elders from the church that are also here, We want to thank you for sparing this time. Thank you, everybody that have committed this time to make this conference or press interview a success. God bless you all.
I want to thank you once more for, your very tight schedule. And first, I want to apologize for coming late. Then I want to thank you for, squeezing out your very schedule to come. Thank you very much. I appreciate. God bless all of you in Jesus' name. And please continue to pray. Continue to pray for me, because the few days has been few weeks have been a trying period. I know the devil is at work. He wants me to stop this good work that I started for 10 years. That is what the devil's target is. But with your prayers and with the prayers of Nigerians watching all over, I will not stop. But I was at the peak. The pressure was so much, and I really wanted to just say, what sin did I commit by helping? Did I commit sin by helping? Let me stop all this and just be on my own and just focus only on church. But on the second thought, I said, if you stop, what of those women that died during delivery? That their hope, because there was a time we had issues with the community in the free hospital. Then the free hospital was shut for only one day. Only one day, 2 people died because they were booked for operation, and they came to the hospital and they didn't. So they now went for local because they don't have money to go to hospital. They go to local and they tried to deliver and they died. You can investigate it. It's a clear story. In fact, the woman's children are in my house. If you want, I can show you the children. They're in my house now because the father couldn't contain it again. He was psychologically down. So he said, can my children stay in your house? I said, okay, bring them. Because their mother died while trying to deliver. Because she was booked for operation at the free hospital. But it was closed only one day. Imagine if somebody somewhere is making the hospital to close permanently. What will happen to those lives? Or these children that are going to school. So many children were not going to school before. But this opportunity came and they are going to school. Imagine for somebody to come and, because of attacks against the man of God, the man of God said, I don't want any attack. Stop the free school. Stop the free hospital. Stop the free medicine. And all those lives, the blood will be on the head of that person that caused it. God will hold that person responsible. So please, all we need is, I just need is your prayers. And you need prayers to be able to continue to hold me, to continue to do this. I've been doing it for 10 good years. I was doing it before I became a pastor. And when I became a pastor, I now expanded it more. Because God brought resources and now did it more. Do you know how much I can generate from 25 free hospital, 25 free schools? Do you know how much school fees I will generate? I will generate so much money. Do you know how much I will generate from hospital to operation is 300,000. Normal delivery, 100 and something thousand. But I will generate all those, but all those is a vanity upon vanity. But I looked at all that. I said, no. Okay, look at the estate. How many people are living there? Do you know how much I would generate by collecting rent from those estates? But no, I prefer heaven because I know God is preparing a bigger home for me in heaven. That is my focus. So please, continue to put me in prayer. Continue to pray for OPM, and by the grace of God, the last day we will all be raptured to heaven in Jesus' name.